to bed and he sleeps. But then when he gets up, maybe a couple of days afterwards, he saw that there's a little sprout. The Bible says first the blade, then the ear, then the full corn appears. Now he does not know, and he does not have the ability to make that growth possible. So when you and I are encouraged, as the lesson seeks to bring out the thought, that at every stage in our development, we can be perfect. Is it true? Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Because we are sleeping and it's growing. And so there can never be growth without life. And Jesus, who won in last week's lesson, he is the life. The life that you have and the life I possess all come from him. In him was life, and the life was the light of life. So nobody. But now as you look at the lesson and we look at that, we look at the general introduction, and we discover that God never acts until he gives us instructions as to how to act. Now, we think in terms of the flood. Prior to the destruction by flood, God sent an angel to a faithful man by the name of Noah. Why did he do that? Because he recognized that the creation that he had made, that the very imagination of the thoughts of man's heart was only evil continually. And so, the faithful Noah, who found grace in the eyes of God, God said, listen, I want you to build an ark for the salvation of your own souls and for the salvation of those men and women who were wicked, and the very imagination of their thoughts was only evil continually. Did Noah obey?
Yes.
Yes. Now, that was then. But what happens in the world today? Is it any different? The situation, that's why the Bible is so clear. He mentions the idea, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. So, Noah did this thing, and I was reading in the book, Story of Redemption. You know, and people argue that there could be no flood. But when you think in terms of what occurred today, science and archaeology is confirming what the Bible has been teaching for years. Now, how do you find fishes, the relics of fishes on top of mountains? How do you? And you find the relics of men, bones and things on top of the mountains. How do you find them? Something has to happen that is unusual. Fishes got to be in the sea and in the ocean. Not on top of a mountain. Come on. So God says there was a flood. And he said it repented him that he had made man because they are so wicked, they are so corrupt, and I'm going to destroy them. But God never destroys. He came to save. And if you are destroyed, it's because you have refused to respond to his appeals of love and mercy. Does that make sense? So, the lesson is saying it's a moment of destiny. Where are we headed? Do we behave as though we're heading for heaven? The lesson is there for us to measure ourselves by what God said. How do we fare as compared with Noah's day? But then God told us again in Daniel chapter 9, verses 24 through 27. Talks in terms of the pre-advent. Jesus came. Daniel talks about the 70-week period, 2,300 days, in Daniel 8 and verse 14. Then we think in terms of Daniel seeing the vision, Jesus coming to the Ancient of Days, who is God the Father, and a court is set up. Thousands and thousands and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. All the billions of people in the world will one day have to answer. But the judgment is going on now. Now, any question? I've been talking all the while. Do you have any question? And walking towards the ark. 2 by 2. Yeah. And the clean animals are 7. And people are there. Oh, no, he's a nut. He building a boat on dry ground. Where is he going to get water? Because the Bible talks about mist, like dew, as we say sometimes, falling on the earth to water the plants. He said, right. But when Noah had finished preaching, and then the Lord locked him in. Now, God, he said, Lord, lock your door. I'm going to lock you. He locked him in, and then after 7 days, the rain started to fall. And people begin to get serious. No, you know what is right. They were talking about all the scientists and all these different kind of guys who had all the ability to determine what's going to happen. Only God knows. And so there were people who were tying on their kids on animals, and they were tying their kids and they were swimming as long as they could. They were saying, Noah, open to us, but Noah couldn't open. God closed the door. And God is not going to wait on us forever. He is merciful and gracious, long-suffering, plenteous in goodness and mercy and truth, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, but He is not going to wait on us forever. So, and who's to do it?
Us.
We are.